Hey everyone, welcome to FTB Skies 2. So here is our starter island. Very beautiful, very beautiful. Gotta do is walk up these steps and click portal control to activate this lovely, lovely door. And soon enough, it will open and there'll be a portal on the other side. We take that portal to figure out exactly what area we're going to stick with. Now, I have used all of these before just to figure out which one I liked. I think I'm going to go with the Steampunk Island. I'm not going to go with the actual, I guess you could say, like, there's 3 starter islands that are more geared towards certain things that you want to do. I like the one that's create, even though we're not going to mainly stick with create. But yeah, it's a beautiful area. What we're actually going to do is if we look at our quests and we go down to getting started, and these are like the main things you want to start with. But if you kind of look over here, you have certain paths you want to take. So there's path of prospecting. Prospecting is going to be going into creative or create. The fishing. Hello. The fishing one is going to take you through mystical agriculture. And the path of crystalmancy is going to be your geors. Say it with me, geors. Now, once we get to these points, it's actually going to give these optional quests. These optional quests are going to give you items that are going to help you specifically going through that certain path you want to take. And the thing is, honestly, you want to choose one that you're going to use the most, and then with everything else is something that you're going to use to get more resources, because you're going to have to use create and you're going to have to use mystical agriculture to be able to get through it. Now, if you do choose a certain path, it's going to give you more of an option for it. For us, we are going to be going through the clusters of creation. So then we get the crystal boosting with the growth accelerator and the crystal resonance generator. Going to make its stuff grow that much quicker. All right. Yes, there's a lot said at once. Now, here is our nice little house. It does have hoppers, comparators, redstone torches, and everything. Those are real. There's certain things that are not real. But what I really want to do is start with going straight up to the top here. We do get a bed. I'm going to take that bed, and I'm going to take this crafting table. And the one thing we're actually going to do is we're going to take this crafting table and turn it into a crafting table on a stick. Kind of the first thing we want. There are a bunch of campfires, so I usually just break a few of them just to get some charcoal. Quick, easy start, because we're going to need those charcoals to make campfires. But since we don't have silk touch, we can't actually break those campfires. Let's set the bed here. Cool. Now, everything around here, it looks beautiful. Everything is nice. We've got moss, but then you also get these things called fake grass blocks. Just becomes dirt. Okay. We do have some water over here, which is going to be very nice for our farming and using the strainers that are going to show up. Yes, there are certain things in this world that are not real. Just to give you a heads up. But one thing I do love about this area is that you do start with cobblestone. Cobblestone is going to be very nice for it. So, oh, wait. I did not realize there's actually signs over there. I was actually going to start creating our first tree. But let's go ahead and we'll knock this part out. Crafting table on a stick. Thank you. And thank you for my actually additions book. Now, what we need to do is go into our curios slot and go ahead and drop in our crafting table on a stick. And for me, I did set it to F. You don't always have to choose F. You can kind of choose whichever way you want to play it. But let's go ahead. Since this wood is real, we're going to break a few of them. A lot of these structures will be gone the more we play. Just because they're just kind of going to be in the way. This will probably disappear. This whole area I'll clear out. I'll leave the bigger structures. But we're going to be building off of our intentional island. Just to let you know about that. So, looking at our quest guide. First thing is, welcome to Minecraft. Starting off in this empty world. We're going to get Grandma's Treat, which is an egg sandwich. I do like egg sandwiches. And we're going to get some sapling. Now, the thing is that this pack does not have the twerking mod. No twerking mod. See what that means? We're going to take our wood, make some planks, grab some sticks. And yes, the sticks do turn into fire sticks, which we will use here shortly. Let's go ahead and make ourselves a wooden hoe. And this hoe is the one thing that actually makes things grow. Nice. And while we're at it, no, you know what? Now that I think about it, I think I actually have to use the logs. I don't think I'm allowed to use planks. What I want to make is some wooden shears. Here, wooden shear. Yep, we need actual logs. So we need 5 logs, which funny enough, we do have. Go ahead and make ourselves a pair of shears because we are going to need those. Because if you play any Minecraft, you know that shears are going to be used to take the leaves, and then we can use that for bone meal. First thing you want to do, bone meal. Always. No matter what you do, you're going to need bone meal. And if you use your grave key, which is right below your escape key and above your tab key, it only goes up to 16 blocks. So if you get a big tree, you're going to be a little bit in trouble. Just a little bit. Oh, wrong thing. Yeah, always got to use the hoe that I throw because me being myself, I accidentally cut my finger and I have a big bandage on and so forth. It is healed by now, but you know, I kind of keep the band-aid on until it's completely done. Weird fact about me right now. Yeah, let's get some wood going. Knock out a few little quests. Always make sure that we have enough saplings to keep growing trees. And let's get ourselves a quick composter. Composters are always needed. And then you just basically take your oak leaves. Cool. There's our first bone meal, but I want to do for now. One, I'm actually going to turn into white dye. You understand that soon enough. While looking at the quest book, you'll notice that, you know, we finished the first thing. And then we completed a few things. So the fire sticks, which is going to create ash. Observe fire. Okay, we'll have to do that. And then here is our composter. We're able to actually get 2 hoppers from that. That's pretty nice. And wooden tools. We get some wood from that. So let's go ahead and get ourselves just a little bit more dirt. I'm going to clear all this section out. And it's good having moss. Moss is good for using in the composter. As leaves. Always helpful. Add those in there. But one thing I want to do is take our oak logs. Because what we're going to do is we're going to set fire to said oak. And I try to keep this far enough away so that nothing else is going to catch on fire and range. As I catch myself on fire, there is, so I don't use that anymore. There's a shulker box. Every single world that I've noticed has a shulker box, which has a certain amount of items in it that are kind of helpful. So we get the yes they do by wandering cybersmith. Never actually looked at it. We get a crap gem of the warlords, fox spawn egg, a charm of absorption 2, which I might actually do that, a worm, and angel block. Every single world has got this. It's actually pretty nice to get. Getting free stuff in a world like this that you don't, you know, there's resources, but not enough to get you to keep going. I think it's a pretty good thing to have that. Yeah, this has got absorption 2 when active and in your inventory, source for 1 minute, and does have durability on it, but I'm just going to go ahead and keep that on me. It's something I'm going to probably need in the near future. But let's go ahead. We're going to need a shovel to be able to pick up that ash. And while we're at it, almost done. Let's go ahead and look at this. This is called a dripper from FTB Stuff and Things. So what it does is basically you click a bowl of water, or you can use a bucket whenever we get there, and it's going to fill with water. And for us in the beginning, if we add a piece of dirt underneath, it's actually going to turn into clay. So that's kind of something we really need, especially to start with, so then we can start looking towards getting ourselves closer and closer to getting a lava bucket to get ourselves, I thought it was on here, cobble stone. Oh, there it is. Our stone cobble generator. Yes, there is cobble here. There's cobble around, and we got all this stone. Like, you can use that, but for what we're gonna need a cobble generator anyways, since we're gonna need so much cobble to basically break down with a hammer to get all the other resources. So let's, well, I guess here, let me just complete that one. Get rid of the ash. Got the ash, which is going to this task. You get a rain shield and a rod of hostile ignition, which is used against mobs. And then we can start looking at making a campfire now. So what we really need is to break these down to that. And we will search for a campfire. I mean, all caps. So basically with 3 logs, 3 sticks, and either charcoal or anything else. Oh, no, you can't. I think ash makes, we use ash to make a torch. And then you can use the torch instead of, if you don't have actual charcoal on you. But we needed the campfire anyways, and we're actually going to a bunch of cobble. Let's go ahead. We'll just clear out this area a little bit. With the fake stuff, it does spread, so just be mindful about that. So if you place an area for dirt and then you put grass, is to kind of cover up that area. So then you're not going to spread the actual fake grass. Good tip. When I've played, just to test this out, I did not have an issue of it growing, but Other people have said it grows. I don't know anything really about the just another grass seed. I don't know exactly how that works. We have a full inventory, so we're gonna have to manage that by making a couple of chests and stuff here soon enough. We'll go ahead and get ourselves a skillet. A skillet is really nice. For one, you can hit things with it. Otherwise, you can use it to cook certain items that we'll need later on. But for us right now, let's just go ahead and make ourselves a dripper. It's something we're going to be using actually quite often. Funny enough, but we need a button. Here is our dripper. And then let's make ourselves a couple of bowls. We have our dirt. We're going to go ahead, head on over here. I just prefer to kind of come over here and do it for now. This is going to break. Let's just clear out more of a section over here. Yep, there it goes. A little bit more space to be able to walk around here. And we can go ahead and place a piece of dirt. The dripper goes on top. And we'll fill up with water. Water. And this holds quite a few buckets of water. Fill a bucket. And then wait for it. And we got clay. Pretty simple to do. I'll just stand here a little bit and kind of knock this out. Make sure this is full. It's not going to keep dripping if there is something underneath of it, which is kind of nice. You're not wasting too much time. I just kind of fill it up with a bunch of water and then let this go until we're able to get a fairly decent amount of clay. I'll pick that up in just a second whenever I get this last one, because I think that should be enough. Come on. I just want one more. Sometimes it does take a little bit. There we go. And see, it does stop dripping. So there is still water in that. See? Kind of nice. So we're going to come over here. And I'm going to actually just go ahead and take some of this. There's multiple ways of doing this. I feel like the easiest way is just find it out, fill it with dirt, because we're going to need 8 just for the actual furnace. And then we'll need compressed to make our actual cobble generator. So I just kind of clear this out. I leave this and I fill this in actual dirt. So then I can turn into a grassy area. It doesn't look the best right. It does not look the best right now. But the whole point is that I'm picking up free materials and then just filling it in with dirt. And nothing is going to be able to allow it. Nothing is going to be able to spread from the actual grass. Okay. Easy. Simple. Now with that, take a campfire. Very interesting recipe. This makes a furnace. But I don't mind it. I think it's kind of nice. Place our furnace. And we are actually able to take our charcoal, turn into tiny charcoal. Super handy to have. And then we're able to smelt anything we need fairly easily. So with doing the clay, you do get the gateway or the gate pearl. This we're going to save for a lot later. We might not actually use it. It all really depends. I didn't use it for a while but you know, maybe it's something we kind of have fun with. Eat a little bit of food, get nourished. Wait for this to be done. Boom, ceramic done. We can use that for water. And let's look at making a bonsai tree. The bonsai trees need, I believe it's 5. Now, do look a little awkward. Yes, 5. We'll let that cook a little bit. Look at the next thing we're gonna do. We can make a chest, which actually, if you make a chest, you get to. You came out of nowhere. Hello, Pyromancer. Oh, I do not have anything for you. I am sorry, bud. Just don't attack me, please. I don't think they attack. They could. Beginning of the game, it's always the same. It's just a lot of creating, building, getting your stuff ready to be able to start automating as much as possible, because end goal is always to automate. And yeah, you can barely see that is a bonsai. Barely see. We get the bonsai tree, we get coins, a book on, and that's a full inventory. So let's go ahead and we'll just set these over here for now and kind of clear out things I'm not going to need. Don't think I'm going to need. Depending that. Okay. That should be good. Coins. Coins are used in a certain area, which we have not actually opened up yet until we can get some string. So let's go ahead and get ourselves some string. Now, the easiest thing to do is we need to bone meal the ground. We don't really have grass over here. What we need to do is try to get a little bit more bone meal. We'll grow up some more of this. And once I get enough, I will show you guys what comes next. While getting the 13 bone meal that I have now from using the composter, I dug out this little area with, you know, to place dirt, and I fell through the world. And that's one of the things, is to be able to get grains of infinity, you simply walk off the void as such. So this is how we're going to get grains of infinity for right now. And then it drops you back into the world. Hopefully you can scoot over quick enough to be able to land. Sometimes you don't. It happens. But with that, with the grains of infinity, we're able to now make these grass seeds. Touch is optional, because we need grains of infinity and dirt to be able to make a grass seed. So let's go ahead. I have 2. I'll just use 1 and 1 dirt. So 1 grain, 1 dirt gives us grass. Now, hopefully this will spread quick enough, but I'll have to watch it because the fake grass does go through blocks. So hopefully this will work in our favor. And then all we really need to do is be able to get ourselves string. The only way we're going to be able to get string is using bone meal on fertile grass blocks. Wheat, dandelion. So on and so forth. So that's a grass block. That's a grass block. So we're going to need some more. But really what we need to get is... I want the hemp. So let me do this for a little while. Oh, closed eye bloom. Let me do this for a little bit, and hopefully we can get ourselves some hemp. Hopefully. Or I'm going to have to get more. Yep, it looks like I'm going to have to wait for that to spread a little bit. But go ahead. Clear this out. Get some dirt. Yeah, see the string. A little bit of a pain. But we did clear out this little spot back here to get some dirt. What we could do to start is get ourselves the wheat seeds going. A little loud. So we can just stand here and shift it. Just like that. Easy food, easy way to get more seeds. Until that grows just a little bit more. Okay. But let's say the latter is more important right now, as grow hemp is very combustible and can be turned into. Okay. Let me get some hemp real quick. It took a little bit longer than I wanted to be able to get the hemp. But now that we have it, thankfully, keep placing and growing. Oh, why is that not? Oh, that's in the way. I don't want to break that. Oh, accidentally did. That should be a good amount for now. Because before we end this episode, I wanted to get our strainer going. So then next episode, we can talk about what we're going to be doing in this pack as our path. So let's go ahead. We can take our string. Gotta remember. Yeah. That. There we go. Get all the string we can get. And delete this for a nice little template and a strainer. Pretty simple to make, honestly. So with our strainers, we need 3 mesh. We're only gonna stick with 1. We could do more, but I think for the route that we're going, we're only gonna need this 1. And then we'll kind of let this roll. I usually just set it right in this corner. And then this is going to produce pebbles. It's going to pick up sea pickles. It's going to pick up a lot of stuff. So we just get our stone pebble to complete that. More coins. Cobble. Which gives us a skill point. And we get a charcoal for completing that one, which is going to get us closer and closer to be able to getting materials. And then we have our paths. Okay, I'm going to go ahead, end it right here. Thank you all for watching, and tune in for the next one. Bye.